Prissy Holly at Right Wing Tribune. Many longtime Trump fans were not too happy with the president's singing of the omnibus bill, as many conservatives believe that he compromised too much and that the bill didn't even fund the border wall. But now rumors are swirling that the joke might once again be on liberals, after what appears to be a sneaky line that Trump stealthily put in, much to the horror of RINO Republicans and furious liberals. So before you decide to jump off the Trump train, there's much more that meets the eye with this bill, proving that we should let Mr. Art of the Deal do his thing, and stop freaking out over every single thing that goes on in Washington. From Conservative Tribune. But while many set their hair on fire and appeared to jump off the Trump train in dismay as Democrats cheerfully crowed about how they had stymied a major part of Trump's agenda, others kept a level head and began to dig deep among the 2,200-plus pages, and all referenced statutes mentioned therein, in search of some hidden reason why the president had signed this bloated spending bill into law instead of sending it back with a veto. That search was bolstered somewhat by a letter sent on Saturday from the White House to both chambers of Congress, which cited a specific statute from the funds governing 1985 Budget Control Act in relation to a specific section of the new spending bill and declared that certain funding had been designated as an emergency requirement, which some believe grants the president legal authority to shift funds around and prioritize spending, or even not spend at all, certain funds in relation to declared emergencies, in this case specifically as they pertain to national defense. Thus, theories began to circulate that Trump had somehow snuck funding for the oft-promised border wall past the not-so-watchful eyes of arrogantly ignorant Democrats, and a few establishment Republicans, opposed to his agenda, who didn't bother to carefully read the bill, as if they even had time to do so if they wanted to, perhaps by cynical design of both sides. Trump also tweeted the following, lending credence to the theory: because of the $700 and $716 billion gotten to rebuild our military, many jobs are created and our military is again rich, Trump wrote in a posting about the increase in military spending. Building a great border wall, with drugs, poison, and enemy combatants pouring into our country, is all about national defense. Build wall through Trump, who has said a wall is necessary to keep drugs and illegal immigrants from flowing over the border, suggested in his remarks that he would use the military to erect the barrier as part of a national defense strategy. I want to address the situation on border security, which I call national defense. I call it stopping drugs from pouring across our border. And I call it illegal immigration. It's all of those things, he said at the White House signing ceremony. But national defense is a very important two words. Because by having a strong border system, including a wall, we are in a position, militarily, that is very advantageous. The New York Post reported, Trump's nod to military involvement is significant because among the omnibus bill's military funding is $654.6 billion to continue the global fight against terrorism. The president has been working with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the Department of Homeland Security to build the wall. It looks like Trump has found a way to sidestep the idiots in Washington who are constantly obstructing his agenda. This would be an extremely clever plan, allowing him to legally divert military spending to fulfill one of the main platforms he ran on, which was to build the wall. You can be sure that liberals will be freaking the heck out once they realize that the joke, once again, is on them. Trigger warning: Prissy Holly is a conservative journalist, professional tea starter and disgruntled military vet who is very outspoken and doesn't give a flying crap about your feelings when exposing the truth. If you want your daily dose of news delivered in the most politically incorrect way as possible, make sure you follow Prissy here. Be sure to follow us on Nation in Distress and America's Freedom Fighters on Facebook.